Hello, everybody. My name is Worthen Clark. You can call me Will for short. This is my first ever podcast video. Welcome to the Gold Gridiron Podcast. We will be discussing the 49ers, the offseason, training camp. It's a lot to discuss. And it's important that, we get the news out. And, I love that my team is definitely getting better because Lord knows we need it. And I'm just truly thankful that you guys are taking the time to look at me and whatnot. Means the world. You guys could like, comment, subscribe. Means the world to me. I know it's a cliche, but I appreciate you guys taking the time. You could be anywhere else, but you're here, so I appreciate the love. Where do we start, man? We signed Mike Evans. That sticks out. Our receiving core has been kind of needing that veteran presence, but we need a big body, man. We need a big body, and Mike Evans, what he did in Tampa Bay, you don't have so many consecutive 1,000-yard seasons on accident. It just doesn't happen. So we got a Hall of Famer, and we got a great player in Mike Evans. Um, we got Christian Kirk. I almost called him Charlie Kirk, but um, Christian Kirk, everybody knows the separation he can do, what he did with the Texans, the Jags, even with Arizona, as a 49er fan, that's a division rival. And I don't think the Cardinals are a rival to anybody right now, but it's we know what he can do. And he creates separation, and I believe that that's what we've truly been needing for a while. Ricky Pearsall, he can't really stay on the field, but Lord knows when Duke can run a route. Duke can run some routes, man. But we definitely need that. We signed Nate Hobbs. I remember seeing him in Las Vegas. Very fast, not a great corner, but he's definitely physical. Kind of give me that Diamador Lenore kind of vibe, but less on the coverage ability, if that makes sense. But very physical corner. That's what we need, man. Can't complain about that. Oza Odigizua. That's the best signing. That's the best signing. We could not stop the run very well. When Mike Hill got hurt, it definitely played a part because at the end of the day, man, it starts with the D line. Same thing with the offense. It starts with the offensive line. And if you don't have both, your team is not going to do well. That's just plain and simple. As a former football player, I can tell you that you can have the best quarterback in the world back there. He'll make some stuff happen, but if he don't got the offensive line, it ain't going to happen. So Ozo Diggy I remember seeing him in Dallas. I think he had a few sacks last year. I think he had about 5 sacks. Big body, man. That's what we need. Alfred Collins, he was damn good. He was really good, but we have a lot of young guys, man. A lot of young guys. Get a veteran in there. Why not? Dre Greenlaw. Look, I could flip my laptop right now. How happy I am about Dre Greenlaw. That dude makes you want to run through a wall. I could be doing something and I could be like, man, we got Dre Greenlaw. It just kind of just up, it just lifts your spirit, man. Dre Greenlaw, man, I'm so glad you back, bro. We signed a 4-year extension for Eddie Pinheiro. Look, man, Eddie De Niro. Enough said. Best kicker in the league. Yeah, I'm biased. Don't worry about it. We signed offensive linemen Vidarian Lowe and Brett Toth. Pretty much offensive line depth. As far as the Trent Williams situation, you don't really know what's going to happen. But Trent's a vet, and Trent's one of the greatest of all time. But it's seeming like it's always going to be more of like a contract situation every offseason. So me personally, I let him walk. But you just don't. $30 million for a left tackle, he's worth it. He's worth 40 million, 50. But at the same time, you got to pay other guys, man. We still need a defensive end. Tight end Jake Tonjes. He filled in a lot for Kittle last year. Kittle definitely. I think he had that knee surgery, and I think he said he had tore some ligaments throughout the regular season. So, man, Kittle was 30, man. Kittle was 30, and Jake Tonjes, he could take that next step. I ain't forget about that fumble in the divisional round though, but it's all good, man. Still love you, bro. Edge rusher, we need an edge rusher. Mikael Williams, I like him a lot. Stud out of Georgia, but he's more of a run stopper. And I noticed when he was here, we were 8th in stopping the run. And all of a sudden, when he left, we were, I think, 27th, 28th. So Definitely makes a difference. We need some pass rushes though. We've been talking about Joey Bosa. Man, you get both of the Bosa boys in there, man. Look, we ready. We ready. Enough said about that. We're not getting 2016 Joey Bosa, but at the same time, man, that's a body, man. That's a body, bro. You can't go wrong with that. Um, if I had to give us a grade for our offseason so far, I'll give us a A minus. A minus. Like I said, as a former D lineman and offensive lineman, the game starts in the trenches, man. When you have a guy like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, just so many other bodies, man. When they come back and they're healthy, the 49ers are unstoppable. I know we got smacked in the playoffs by Seattle, but I think Seattle was just the better team. You can't beat a team, just a bunch of guys on IR. You're gonna have to really step up one day. And Seattle, that's the best team in the league right now, if you ask me. They don't really have the roster, but they have the guys. So that's what really stands out the most. Let's see what else we got here. Luke Gifford, filled in a lot. Tatum Bethune, Nick Martin. I hope and pray that everything is still good with him. I know we had the concussion, man. He was in concussion protocol for a while. That stuff's no joke, man. But we re-signed him for a 2-year deal. Hey, man, it's a body. Luke Gifford, he's pretty solid. I like Luke Gifford a lot. But as far as the free agent signings, that's pretty much all we have for today. Man, this is my first ever video, man. So just want to say thank you guys again, man. For the glory, all glory to God, man. Hopefully I can look back at this video and be like, man, this is my first ever podcast video, and just a young man getting started. It means the world to me. So it's all for the grace of God, man. I thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day. Thank you.